practice artistic gymnastic every day. But he will not make a handstand today, he said, unfortunately. He will tell us instead how to plan your next destination, and he will tell us about the Nomad guides, how to travel smarter and smoother. Meet our frequent traveler, Jordi Leon Esteban.
Nomadbase live Tarifa is coming to an end, and most of you probably are thinking where to go next. So today, I'm going to share with you how to plan your next destination with what I call the Nomad's Guide to Smarter, Smoother Travel. We nomads love freedom, but freedom comes as well with some responsibilities. In this case, you have to choose where to go next. And when doing so, maybe there are too many interesting destinations in the world that might make us a little bit busy, overloaded, and sometimes making it harder to decide where to go. Maybe some people like to know what is the cost of living of the next destination, will there be internet, or how is the vibe? It depends all on each of us, and it depends as well on the stage of the life that we are. So today, what I would like to do is, I would like to share with you a couple of practical examples on how to plan your next destination based on my own experience, my last 2 decades that I've been traveling around, and based on that story, maybe later you can relate to something of it, and of course I will give you a simple but powerful framework so you can bring home with you. So, a little bit of me. My name is Jordi Young, and I've been an airline pilot since I was 22, and I had the easiness and the lack of having someone who was planning my trips for me. That was my airline. So, same. So I had like this trips planner that every month she would give me a list of all the next destinations I should go. But it wasn't only just a list, it was also she was like available on the phone, so I could call her every time and ask her about what is about this destination, what is the best spots to go, to have lunch, to have dinner, to meet other friends. And to me it was very easy to find a destination. So for example, for the first 7 years, I traveled to more than 50 cities in Europe, North Africa, Russia. And the thing is that I was going there like 2 or 3 times every month to the same destination. So it was like mini trips, right? So, and I know that for you, maybe this is something complicated to find a job that sends you to the same destination, and if you have to do it on your own, to discover what do you like based on these mini trips, mini adventures, might be expensive. So I had another phase in my life. In this case, after 7 years, I landed and I packed my plane and I started my own startup, started a couple of startups, and one of them raised some awareness, and it worked somehow that I got a couple of international awards. And why this matters to you? Because this is another way of traveling that to me was more relatable to what I was doing. Now I wasn't following a schedule. Now it was me who I was able to pick the destination. How? Because I got those awards, it was easier for me to apply for startup incubators, startup accelerators, innovation programs, hackathons. I even landed some international clients. So this is a way for you that if you have your own business, it is a way that you can choose where to go. But this was all about my business, and sometimes you get tired, you get exhausted, or sometimes business don't work the way you expect. So for 7 years I was doing that, and after that I changed my way of traveling, and now I travel going to communities I care. Here, for example, you see like me in Costa Rica, or in Chiang Mai, and other places that we share the same thing. So this is like my 3, let's have a recap of it. My 3 phases of finding my journey. So first, it's a job. So you find a job. So if you want to discover places, you find a job that makes you travel. Second one is like you organize where to go based on your business needs. And the last one is like by community, by finding your community, like here we are today. So what I would like to tell you is how to find your community, how to put your, because I think that this is the thing that aligns more with us here, as well with the spirit of Nomadbase. So I have prepared like this framework, simple framework, three steps on how to find your community. So I would like you to work with me now to create the three steps. So first of all, it's how to find your thing. You can call it, I call it a thing, you can call it your passion, your interest, what drives you, your mission in this world, whatever it is, all right? So I would like you to do an exercise with me. So please now, close your eyes, and I want you to listen to my voice. I want to follow my instructions. What we're trying to do now is try to find your thing. To do that, you have to think about yesterday, right? Yesterday, you wake up. What do? You have breakfast. You have breakfast alone. Did you watch the news? Were you having breakfast with some friends? Did you skip breakfast? You went directly to do your morning routine. What is your morning routine? Is it reading the newspaper? Is it a warm-up? After this morning routine, maybe you went for lunch. Who did you go lunch with? What did you have? What did you talk about? Think about it. After it, did you work? Do you work normally? Did you work yesterday? What did you work in? What were you doing? And after that, did you connect it with your inner self? Did you connect it with nature? What did you do? Then after that, did you went back home? Did you went alone? Did you call your parents? Did you call a friend far away? Did you spend time with your daughter? Maybe then you have dinner. So now that you have thought about everything that you've done yesterday, I want you to find, don't open your eyes yet. I want you to find from all these activities that you have done yesterday, what are those little happy moments? I'm not looking for happiness. I'm looking for this little thing that you did yesterday that made you happy. What energized you from those things that you did yesterday? And of those things, were you good at it? Or maybe you were just having fun and enjoying it? Maybe you were learning some new skill. Okay, so now you can open your eyes. So this is the way, or the first step I take when I'm looking for what I like. Maybe some of you already knew that. Maybe all of you have already a hobby, a topic, something that you are following, that path. So to me, this is like the very first step that we all need to do. Find what is your thing. As Sabina said, my thing is doing handstand every morning, or talking about freedom technologies. I can never stop talking about all these things today, but it's not the same thing that was, your thing hasn't to be the same thing throughout all your life, right? So this is the first thing. Now today, we just did this exercise. You can go back home and try it again, and maybe you can do it while you are meditating or while you are enjoying another happy moment. So this is the first step. Second one. All right, now we have to find our community. What is, and this is like, the first exercise is more like looking inside of you. This one is more like putting the work. Now I need you to start doing things that probably you already know, but I need you to put the work. Put the work where? Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram groups. Start searching actively. We all know what we have to do to find our community, right? In theory and practice is the same, but then in practice, it's not. So we have to put the work. Facebook, WhatsApp group, podcasts, listen to podcasts, get invited to podcasts. Sign into newsletters and go to coworkings, as we heard before. Coworkings and co-livings. You'll see people that are like-minded like you. Like nomads, we're all here, but find something that is not traveling. Traveling is maybe one of the topics, but maybe around it, you do other things. And of course, go to events. Those events can be meetups, can be conferences like this one, can be retreats. I want you to put the work. It doesn't matter where it is. It doesn't matter if you say, no, but I found this amazing co-working or Facebook group, but it's on the other side of the world. It doesn't matter. So on the second step is like just finding these communities. Get there, engage, text, that's it. This is how I became one of the admins of a very popular group in Barcelona, the city where I live now. I just found it online, I started participating, I started engaging, and then show up to the events that they organize, the meet at the conferences, even if it's online, if it's in person, right? Do that. Because then, maybe later, they will invite you to become one of their organizers or one of the members. So this is step 2. And step 3, and friends as well, and friends. Step 3, now this is the difficult part. How to find next places, where to go. And I'm not gonna tell you how to use Google Maps or Google or Instagram to find for places. No. This is, what I'm gonna tell you now, is the result of some exercise that we've been putting. I've been working with this group for the last year of frequent travelers, and we have been asking to many travelers. That's why I'm in conferences like this one, that's why I go to this type of retreats. What are the 7 most requested items that one should get when picking the next destination? Family friendliness. Are you traveling alone? Do you have a kid? Are you traveling with your spouse, with your wife, with your husband? What do you need? So this is one of the things that you will look for when you look for places. What else? Business easiness. Are you a remote employee? Are you a self-employed employee? Are you just having fun? You don't care about business? So think about what are your needs about business. Infrastructure. Are you an influencer? All right, then maybe the only infrastructure you need is a good broadband internet connection. Or maybe if you are a fitness trainer, maybe you need a cool space, right? Think about that. Cost of living. Again, are you traveling alone, with your family, with maybe your family already works or it doesn't? How much money are you willing to spend on the place? Safety. You don't care. You don't care if there are armed guards in the streets, or you. I came from El Salvador a couple of months ago. There are armed guys like this in the street. I felt unsafe even though they were there to protect me. Think about those things. And quality of life. What do you want? For me, I need the beach. Think about what is this thing that do you need every day. Right? And then, last but not least, legal, tax framework. Think where would you like to pay your taxes, if you want to pay your taxes, how it affects your business, and so on. So those are like all the items that you need to know. So now combined, let me recap. So you have like, first of all, the thing, find this thing. Do this exercise again at home if you want. Second one, find your community, put the work. This is the most tedious one. You have to be there. It doesn't catch up in 1 month. You have to be there, actively looking at groups, looking every morning, every afternoon, talking, engaging with people. And last of it, finding the place. The first and the second might be easy to control, but the place is the most complicated because I told you all this list of the topics that people normally look for when they look for the next place to go. But finding all this information might be a little bit complicated because there are different databases online and maybe information is not up to date or so on and so forth. So what I wanted to share with you as well is a project I'm working on with this group of people that hasn't even seen the light, but it's something that it's trying to make this finding of the place a little bit easy. It's called Satlantis, and this is a sneak peek. This is how it will look. So it's like, imagine like this is like a Facebook page where you have all the scores, cost of living, quality of life, infrastructure, family, legal, events, where to go, where to meet like-minded people, little bit information of each city. You see, this is the page, for example, of New York. You have scores, so is this family friendly, or is it business friendly, etc. So this is a project we've been working on, and I want to share with you what are the things the early adopters of this platform are talking about in this platform. So far people talk about technology. Most of the people of this platform is frequent travelers, frequent independent or solopreneurs, so they need to learn how to make the best of their businesses, so maybe they need productivity tools or AI and those things. So people that are talking about this, people are talking about as well as remote work, people are talking about network state. This is something new, maybe you're not as familiar as this because nobody talks about this. The network state is like a new way of understanding how to create a state, starting from a network, not from a physical territory. So imagine you create a group a WhatsApp group of like-minded people. Oh, I want to build my own land, I want to build my own crops, I want to build my own community. And then from there, you do all the legal framework to create a state. That's called the network state. And then on the opposite way, we have the free private cities, which is communities that start in a place, and from the place, they build the community. And a popular one, you must have heard of, if somebody just been in Honduras, is Prospera. You can look it up. Then there are people talking about Bitcoin, but not as we have seen this before, last week, for example, as an investment, but more of a technology that will free us from government. And also, and this one, I like it very much, this is the last thing I learned from watching other people at the social network, which is geo-arbitragers and flag theories. This is like people that instead of staying always in one place for maybe because they like the quality of the beaches or the sun or the quality of life, they go from one place to another based on which country treats them better. So it's like they start reading all the legal framework of the country, so this one treats me better if I have one kid, or this one treats me better if I have two kids. These people is called the geo-arbitrage and flag theories. So as you can see, all the things that we are talking now, and again, this is like a private beta, there are like only 2,000 people at the moment. It's people that is looking for freedom, right? So at the moment, and that's what I think that most nomads are looking for in the end. So, what else? The talk is coming to an end. I would like to share with you, if you want to play with it, it's free. We have a website, it's called Satlantis.io. And we have like 2 beta apps for Android and iOS. Just know that the app will be launched in a couple of weeks, so probably it will be very buggy. But the idea of me is today being here is to share it with you. And if any of you have some feedback and have some ideas on how to find your next community, your tribe, your destination, please come talk to me. Because what we're trying to do here is we're trying to build a social network for nomads, built by nomads. So please reach out to me. Those are my social networks. And thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. And I'm open to answer any type of questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordi. Questions for Jordi?
So cool. Like Nomad List and Nomads tried to do this, I don't know, 5 years ago, and kind of fizzled out. And I know there's a bunch of other people building apps to try to do this at different levels. Like, what makes you different?
Right. So for those of you who haven't heard the question, is that Nomad List and other apps are started doing this. Nomad List is like a database of information, like similar information like this cost of living, internet speed, tax, legal, all that. But this information, if you put some effort, you can find it anywhere. The difficult thing, and what they did is like organize it with the same scale in the same place. We are doing the same approach here. The difference between that and Satlantis is that we are trying to add a social network layer on that. When you go to a new place, you would like to find not the place, but the people that is like-minded like you. So we are using a technology, I don't want to bother with you, but it's like a freedom technology that uses one thing that is called the social graph. And the social graph connects you with people that have similar interests. So there is no algorithm or fancy algorithm from the company trying to sell you like ads like you would see on Instagram or anything, but you are connecting with people that are doing the same things or are interested in the same things as you. So that's the difference, the differentiation point from other databases.
I didn't get it. What do you mean by network state?
Yeah, so those are one of the topics that people is talking about this. So the network state is, we are now in a state, right? So state of the Kingdom of Spain. This is how this is called. So it's a state. It's a nation state. So it's based on a border, on a physical border, that was one day set by some wars, and the ones that won would put the line somewhere. Now there are no changes, since we are not having many new wars changing that. So there is people that are trying to create new states where they can live under their interests or their rules, but you cannot do that because you don't want to enter in a war with the country you are in. So there is this group of people that they meet online and they build their community online, and then from there they find a new land, they buy an island, and they start a new community there.
Like free cities or free.
Like free cities. It's similar to free, but the difference between the free city and the network state is the free city starts already in a place. So imagine you're living here and you attract all these people, you attract me, you attract all the audience, and we come to you. But the network state, it doesn't have a beginning point that is physical, it's online, it's in cyberspace.
Got it.
Let's give it up to Jordi. Thank you so much.